a pleasure to continue with our NOAA EPP Trailblazer series. I am honored today to have Rober Mallett with me, who was at the inception of the program. Will you introduce yourself for us? Tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Well, nice to see you, Tia. Rober Mallett, as you said, I was Deputy Secretary and for a brief period Acting Secretary of the Department of Commerce, where NOAA, where this program originated, is housed at the Department of Commerce. Uh, I served in the Clinton administration in the second term under Secretary Bill Daley. Was very, very pleased to serve. And I think the administrator of NOAA was Jim Baker at the time, if I recall correctly.
So I read in preparation for this wonderful moment that way back in 1997, that you and Dr. D. James Baker hosted a meeting with HBCU presidents and leaders to start, I guess, having the conversation about the beginning of this program. What prompted the meeting?
Well, probably lots of very smart people at NOAA informing me about the potential of a program like this. And I'm a product of an HBCU. I attended Morehouse. So it was certainly something that I thought would be very helpful to that community. And to get a program started, you go and talk to the people that you want to work with. And that's what we did.
Well, welcome. I'm a two-time HBCU graduate, so it's wonderful that we have that connection. So, do you remember any details about that meeting?
You're texting me now. No, I don't. All I remember is uh, obviously it was cordial. People were interested in what we had to say. They were pleased that we were thinking about it at all. And probably I got more credit for it because I went to an HBCU and they probably thought it was my idea when I certainly cannot claim fatherhood of this wonderful program. I was certainly supportive and was certainly willing to make it happen. But I don't think the origination of the idea started with me, but they probably thought it did.
Let's go back to something you just said, making it happen. So, someone has this wonderful idea. You meet with the HBCU leaders and presidents, and then you get back to your office. And it happened. It wasn't just something that was said, it happened. Can you tell me what role you played in actually making the program come into maybe its first appropriation with the US Congress?
Well, I think we first we had to get it in the departmental budget and to get OMB to agree to leave it in our budget. And obviously that's where the secretary's office, where my office, the chief financial officer, where everyone sort of got really involved. I don't think as I recall, it was not a very tough sale. Everyone understood the need for something like this and why it would be helpful. So it wasn't a hard sell.
What do you think is so important about the program? 25 years later, it's still growing, it's still funded, it's still making an impact. How does that make you feel to know that this one meeting, this idea is still making a huge difference in the lives of people today?
Well, I think we always thought it would make a difference. I don't think I thought about whether it would last 25 years. I certainly wanted it to last during my entire tenure. I think it keeps posting results. That's why it's lasted. That it is doing as it was intended to do, and those results justify its need and why we still have it. And I could not be happier about that.
Well, I just want to thank you so much for bringing to us that little bit of understanding that we just had not had in this series. You know, you hear from the people who are impacted, you hear from people who are part of the centers, but to hear from someone who was at the table, in the U.S. government, making this program, a part of our history and a part of our world makes such a big difference. So, on behalf of all of us at the centers, we thank you for your your trailblazing thought and your initiative to make this happen.
Well, that was my something to do. I mean, once we had designed the program, and obviously we had many meetings about that, my something to do was to get the ball across the finish line. And I was able to do that, and I'm very happy about that now. So, and it thrills me that people are still benefiting and that they still even remember my name. So that's very nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. And again, I hope those watching have enjoyed this trailblazing series. We look forward to seeing everyone at the biennial EPP Forum in July. And thank you so much. It is